guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagam. Today we're going to do a chatty get ready with me, but a very low-key one, and I have cheated because I've already done my hair. And we're going to talk about some luxury hot topics. I really hope you like this video format. If you do, I'll do one of these per month. If you like them, I'll do one of them per month. So some of these topics are like very fun to talk about, but maybe they don't warrant their own video. As usual, like this video, join me in the Premiere chat. I feel like it's on this side or this side. I don't know which side it's going to be on. Join me in the Premiere chat. Make sure you leave a comment, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. Okay, so we're gonna get started with this. I will, in order to keep the flow of the video fun, I will mention everything in the description below, and I'll write it also on the screen, and everything here has been purchased with my own hard-earned money. Okay, so yeah, let's just get straight into it. So the first topic that we're gonna talk about is something that I saw actually on another luxury channel that I thought was just crazy, and it wasn't from the creator at all. I was watching this unboxing. It was really good, great product, and then someone left a comment like, oh, I was watching this, I thought it was going to be like this massive haul. So the person thought it was going to be this like huge haul, and the person just unboxed like I think 2 items or whatever. And it was just so funny to me to see the way people can leave these like really judgmental comments like on people's videos about hauls and unboxings. This was like an unboxing for a brand that you guys love, I love, and the person was like, oh, I didn't know that you were just buying that. So they were kind of like looking down on their purchase, and I thought that they had made a really nice purchase. I just feel like sometimes people, you know, I know that people just get tired of bloggers and influencers whinging, moaning, complaining. Honestly, I really don't like when bloggers do it excessively. I hope that I don't come across kind of whingy and moany, because that's not something that I am personally interested in. There's actually, I thought that that comment was unfair on that luxury channel, considering that she is just unboxing something that she's so excited to show. But okay, because it's not a handbag, so that means that it doesn't have value because it's not a bag. I mean, I don't really understand things like that. You guys know how I feel about that, and I'll talk about that later as well. So there's another influencer, a lifestyle influencer. She also has a channel, but she's not a luxury YouTuber. This was a while ago because I saw this. I saw a lot of people talking about this in Facebook groups as well, like YouTube Facebook groups. She has a lot of subs. She has more than 1 million subscribers, for some context, okay? So a lot of people were talking about this. So basically, she wrote this post on her Instagram story saying how she was like, I'm sorry, I'm cracking up thinking about it because I think it was just a bit dramatic on her part. She was saying how she thinks it's like really annoying when people, I'm paraphrasing here, she was saying how she was like, it's so annoying when people just constantly judge you and stuff, and she's like, if you want to give me opinions about things I'm doing, because she has a luxury channel, and she also has, I think, like a home improvements channel or page or something like that, and she's like, if you want to give me, you know, opinions on what I'm doing and stuff, please, basically she was saying, don't give me critical opinions, okay? She doesn't want your critical opinions, you guys. Now, people were talking about this on Facebook, and people were like, influencers are too sensitive, right? And I'm paraphrasing here, honestly, because her story was so long. But the general gist of what she was saying was, she doesn't want you guys like being excessively judgmental, basically, about her choices when she's, you know, buying clothes or, you know, redoing her property, and she doesn't want like really judgy comments. So what do we think about this? Do we care? Do you guys care? Okay, do you think that influencers are too sensitive? To me it kind of sounded like, if you don't agree with me, like, shut up. That sounded like what she was saying. She worded it very nice. It sounded very good. It didn't sound like, now you know, be quiet when I'm speaking. It didn't sound like that. It just sounded like, hey guys, remember how we say in your Michael Jackson voice, in my Michael Jackson voice, if you don't like anything I'm posting, don't tell me you don't like it. Okay. What do we think? I need to know what you guys think. This is my personal take on it. I feel like when you start doing YouTube, blogging, you have a page, blah, blah, blah. I think you need to decide what kind of like YouTuber you want to be. I don't see myself as an influencer. I've told many of you guys that. Some of you have asked me privately, am I planning to do this full time? I get that question a lot, even from people who know me and my family. So no, I'm not planning on doing this full time. This is just a fun hobby that I do on the side. But whether I was doing it full time or not, I would still make sure that I'm like as kind as possible to comments that affect. I feel like when you have a channel or a page or a blog, something that happens when things start taking off is obviously people have their opinions. I feel like you do need to be okay with people having dissenting opinions, okay? This is not Game of Thrones where you're banished, okay? If you don't have the same opinion as someone. So I thought it was a little bit strange for that particular influencer to kind of get really worked up and annoyed about it. Now, that said, I'm grateful for each and every one of you, but she does have like 1 million subscribers, okay? So maybe at that level, she's just getting so many DMs, she's getting so many emails, and it might get a bit overwhelming at that level, maybe to have so many people giving you their opinions. Now, for me, the kind of person I am is, like, let's say that was me. Let's say I am like, like for example, refurbing my office and sharing my refurb with you guys, okay? And periodically I do a lot of things to my office. If I post it and you don't like it, I mean, well, that's tough, you don't like it, that's that. I mean, I think a lot of this depends the way the message is sent to the influencer. So the first example I gave of the luxury channel, which I thought beautiful unboxing, I really like her channel, and the person being like, oh, well, it's just this small unboxing. By the way, the unboxing was not small, it was a nice product, it just wasn't a handbag. I think that the audience member there is wrong, but I think in this example, and again, to be that annoying person, like, well, I work in marketing, I do, so I am qualified to say this now. One of the biggest rules, okay, in influencer marketing, at least now, is that you never, ever, ever chastise your audience publicly. Example, let's say I'm on LinkedIn and I'm subtweeting you guys. Let's say someone wrote something proper annoying and I'm subtweeting you guys in general as my audience. That is bang out of order, and no influencer, blogger, YouTuber who has management should be allowed to do that. Even if you don't have management, you shouldn't be doing that. She's not the only person that I've seen do that. I've seen other influencers, Instagrammers in particular, because of stories and the way stories allows you to like broadcast like what's on your mind and stuff. So, so she posted that, whatever. So she obviously doesn't want people giving her their opinions on her property, on what she's doing, and she doesn't want that, okay? Now, for me, I just kind of feel like you can't really have it both ways. That doesn't mean that she's allowed to be trolled. I've told you guys how I feel about mean comments and trolls, and I get a bunch of mean comments every single week. It's easier to deal with them now. I don't even really care about them. I don't even mention them anymore because it's just pointless. By the way, I'm waiting for this to dry. My skin is starting to feel tight, okay? But I just feel like she just came across so dramatic and so childish, and if I was her manager, okay, I'm guessing at 1 million subscribers, she probably does have a manager, or at the very least a PR agent who manages her deals for her. I would be like, you should not be chastising your audience. If you don't want people to DM you, just turn off DMs. Remember, huge celebrities have DMs open on Instagram. Like, huge celebs have DMs open. Imagine like celebs getting flooded with DMs and they still have their DMs open, okay? And I feel like that's what I would tell her. I would just say, you can't really chastise your audience. We're not talking about people sending you, people abusing you. We're not talking about that. She's talking about subscribers, followers, people who like her, engaging with her, saying, hey, maybe you should do this, or I want to give you some advice, I think you should do this. I have seen another influencer do this as well. Like, hey guys, please do not send me advice or give me tips. I'm the influencer here. I think that's just so over the top and weird and stuff. Look, the only part where I'm like that The only thing is weight loss, and that's only because I feel like I know so much about weight loss because I've been doing it my whole life. It's just I'm kind of disappointed that you guys know me like at this current size, because this is not my size and I'm working really hard to get my weight down. But of course, like I hear from so many of you, you guys are like, hey Kagam, have you seen this? What do you think of this? Would you buy this? Maybe you should buy this. I love that, and I'm cool with that, and I will always respond to you nicely in my Michael Jackson voice because I'm genuinely happy to hear from you. I do think some of these larger influencers and YouTubers need to calm down and not be so dramatic and so weird about it. Like, you should be grateful you can have a career on the internet. By that same token, you know, we talk about how judgmental people can be, you know, on the internet, how people can just say these really annoying things, but I just feel like it's so dramatic to go on Instagram stories and be like, guys, don't share your opinion with me unless you like every single thing that I do. And these people are not even giving like super judgy comments. I just thought it was super interesting. I'd love to know what you think. Oscars all over my fingers now. I have to take it off. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is what's hot, what's not in the luxury YouTube space. I feel like luxury YouTube in the past year, 2 years has changed so much. I don't know what you guys think. Do you remember there was this time when you see what's in my bag videos like everywhere? You see them everywhere. You don't really see those anymore. Have you noticed that? They're not really a thing anymore. I've also noticed that have you guys noticed as well, like you don't really see comparison videos anymore? Like, I feel like the big channels are like a good indicator for where things in luxury are going. I've noticed like the big luxury channels tend to just post like vlogs, like those like luxury vlogs that have lifestyle in them. I've noticed that those are becoming huge. Have you guys noticed that too? Like, you'll see vlogs from like different parts of the world, of course, London, Dubai, New York, Miami, and all the big cities of the world. You'll see those like vlogs, and by the way, they're great to watch. What do you think about the way luxury YouTube content has changed? And do you think you as a viewer are being served the way you want to be served? I personally think that we're seeing more of those like lifestyle vlogs in luxury, because I feel like, I don't know, I just kind of feel like people don't really want to watch those like review videos anymore. I've even noticed like review videos don't do as well as those like luxury lifestyle vlog videos, or videos that are like sit down videos talking about something. I think Hermes is a huge hot topic right now in the community, and I think so many people are talking about Hermes, whether they like the brand or not. I think I've told you guys before, like for me, I only really talk about brands that I like. So if I don't like a brand, I can't really talk about it. And I prefer to only talk about things that I like. But I don't know, I just can kind of see a massive shift in the types of videos that are being churned out at the moment. I feel like unboxing is always going to be popular, hauls are always going to be popular, but I've really noticed those like very glamorous, super high-end luxury vlog, like luxury shopping vlogs, they're what's hot right now. What do you think of luxury shopping vlogs? Do you enjoy them? Do you like them? And what do you think of the sort of demise of like the review videos, the comparison videos? There was a time when you'd see so many like comparison videos, like here's me comparing my Louis Vuitton to this. I mean, I'm not saying that they're not around, they're just not around in that kind of in the same quantity as they used to be. I have a reason for that, which I think, coming from me being that I have my own channel, I feel like because YouTube is so search driven and it's so driven by recommendations, people want to follow what's hot and what's popping. So I feel like the what's in my bag videos have kind of fallen by the wayside. The review videos have fallen by the wayside. The comparison videos are finished. Like, those are not really hot right now. People are not really making them the way they used to make them. Whereas the price increase videos are super hot right now. Of course, I cover them because I want to make sure that I give you guys the information. Price increases, luxury shopping vlogs. Those are the things that people really want to watch. What do you guys think of that? And do you think that it creates a lot of like monotony in the luxury YouTube space, or do you think it is what it is and you guys are the ones who have the power? This thing is so ticklish on my face. I'm waiting for it to dry so I can peel it off. I'm guessing you guys probably want to see me peel it off, don't you? It's so ticklish. It's tickling my nose. Okay, guys, so I have a video coming up on Saturday of my sort of luxury wish list, but very realistic. And in light of that, I wanted to talk to you, darlings, today basically about the handbags I want to buy because I don't want to talk about handbags in the video on Saturday. This is a very realistic list, like realism, okay? Living in reality, not living in Jupiter, Neptune, etc. Living on planet Earth. These are the bags that I want to buy between now, September, and let's say like February. Maybe I'll be able to score them between September and February. Here we go. I've told you guys before, the Gucci and Balenciaga Hourglass bag. I absolutely love this bag. This is a massive priority for me. I'm willing to sacrifice quite a few bags to wait for this bag because I just love it so much. I just love it. I think this is going to be a collector's piece. I think this piece is going to be remembered in a few years as something different and unique. I need this bag. Okay. How much is this bag gonna cost? I do not know, okay, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like $2,500 US dollars. I think it's gonna be something like that. The hourglass bags themselves are quite expensive, to be fair, so I think it's gonna be something like that. But obviously, it's a Gucci piece, even though it's using the hourglass design. Absolutely love this bag. Another bag which I've talked to you guys so many times about, the Louis Vuitton Wild at Heart Caramel Emprunt on the go, and also the on the go in the GM in the canvas. Either one of these two is fine. I would take whichever one I can find. I was hearing rumors on Facebook that the caramel emprunt can still be found in Europe if you contact concierge. Obviously, I can't do that because they won't ship to my country, but if I ask a friend, I can chase up on that. I absolutely love these bags. These bags are perfect for work. I know they're going to fit my laptop and my work stuff. I cannot wait. I would love to get the Chanel Mini with the top handle from 21K. In that kind of lilac color. I think it's just so gorgeous, so beautiful. I love it. In Europe, I think it's like 3,000, sorry, I'm trying to find the mask. It's like 3,800 euros. I think in the US, it's like 4,800. Sorry, you guys, I had to go take off the mask in the bathroom because it was just getting a hot mess trying to do it on camera. You guys would have been distracted and stuff. You would have been giving me suggestions, you know, what other influencers said. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let me keep going and tell you what else is on like the very serious list. The Chanel Mini with the top handle from 21K. I absolutely love that bag in lilac. You should see a photo on the screen by now. This is almost finished. I don't know why I've decided to use this because it is actually like literally almost finished. It might make weird sounds. So this is me being realistic. Okay, it's almost finished, but I'm gonna use it anyway. I love that bag. I think it's just so cute. So the Mini with the top handle, that one is like 3,000. I think it's like 3,800 euros in the EU. It's $4,800 in the US. I think it's going to go. By the way, I think in 21S or 21P. The Mini with the top handle earlier this year was $4,300, okay? The Mini with the top handle, as of right now, is $4,800. You know that Chanel are going to increase the price, you get me, for like 22C. Which brings me on to the next bag that I love and that I would like to score. The trendy CC with rose gold hardware. I've talked about this before. I definitely, obviously love the trendy, love it to bits. This is, I think, a huge priority for me. I would love to get this bag. Love, love, love. And I know, and it's pretty much been confirmed that it's coming in that rose gold hardware for 22C. I think it's just perfect. I also think it's like a really nice work bag. It'd be a nice way to like ring in the new year. I believe that collection is dropping in December. But yeah, I just think it's completely gorgeous. It's not really coming in a lot of colors. I like it in black. I feel like I'm okay with buying it in the quilts. I will always prefer chevron, but I'm ready to wait for chevron to reappear. They haven't used chevron in the trendy for some time, which is a little bit disappointing, but you know, it is what it is. Okay. And then after that, like I said, serious pieces so I don't get derailed buying other bags that I'm not passionate about, not excited about. You know what bag it is. The Hermes Kelly 25, Kelly 28, Kelly 32. I'm open-minded in the following colors. Rose Azalea, Rose Texas, okay. And a bit of a wild card here. You might be surprised about the color that I'm going to say, Mont, or any of the greens. Now, I feel like green is a really nice color for me. I should have gone to go get the mirror that is in the room. I'll be right back. I feel like those three colors are just beautiful and perfect for me. I think they also go great with like my lifestyle hair. I don't know, I just feel like they would just be so fantastic to have. I don't know, I love those colors. Now, you're probably wondering, would I get a Birkin? I would take any bag that they offer me at this point, okay? So those three options are for Paris, but I'm open-minded at buying at resale before going to Paris, because Paris is it's like dependent on when Edwin wants to go. So if Edwin wants to travel to Paris, we will go sooner rather than later. I need to be patient to see like when he would be comfortable going. But basically, I feel like I would be open-minded to get those at resale as well, depending on how I feel. Basically, because I feel like those are like a long-term grail bags that Kelly 25, 28, 32 is always going to be there. And I feel like I'm patient. Like, I'm a patient person. I don't mind waiting and taking my time, but I love those colors and that shape. What bag would I get if I was offered like a Birkin? Let's say I'm at FSH or at Sevra. Like, what bag would I take? I feel like obviously maybe even like maybe a Birkin in like Rouge de Coeur. I feel like that would look like such a mood, such a vibe, or Rouge Cassac. I feel like that would look completely stunning. Like a red Birkin, I feel like I could do that. But in terms of those three bags, Kelly 25, Kelly 28, Kelly 32, I feel like I would absolutely opt for ostrich in any of those colors. So Rose Azalea, Rose Texas, or Mont. I hope those are the colors I said previously, because my memory's going here. I would definitely go for ostrich or any of their leathers. I'm open-minded. I feel like ostrich is like more realistic for me now than croc, whereas I feel like I could buy a croc piece from Gucci. I could buy like a croc piece from Gucci because they do have exotics. That would be more affordable than buying like an Hermes croc piece. Louis Vuitton's croc pieces are way more affordable than Hermes's exotics as well. I feel like from Hermes, I should start with an ostrich exotic and then go from there. So you can tell me what you guys think of that. So yeah, basically that is what I would do. I feel like when it comes to Hermes pieces, I think so much of it is like dependent obviously on budget. I feel like I could basically buy an Hermes ostrich piece fast, but I feel like I could buy a Louis Vuitton croc piece fast because I know their price is in euros. Whereas I feel like the croc pieces at Hermes, I feel like are like what? I don't know, like 30, 40,000 euros. Whereas I feel like their ostrich pieces are like 20,000 euros, depending on the product. So those would be my three options. I would, of course, love to get a Kelly Pochette as well. That's absolutely on the list in a croc piece. In a croc finish, I feel like that would work as well. I don't actually remember how much the exotic Kelly Pochettes are. I think in euros they're like 17, 18, 19,000 euros. I feel like I'm comfortable at that range basically for right now. So I'm being realistic. Whereas I feel like it's worse to put all of your eggs into one basket to want to get a croc piece from Hermes when you could get one from Louis Vuitton or Gucci for like half the price. The final bag that I am looking at that's going to be part of the group of bags that I'm interested in is the Fendi Baguette, just in black leather. I think this is just a very cute black handbag, and I think, yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, I've told you guys before, I don't really like this idea of, you know, having a lot of bags, and I've received like, you know, ridiculous like troll comments from people like, show us your bags, you need to have more bags. Why do you talk about bags all the time but you don't have a lot of bags? Well, guess what? I can do what I want on my channel. A lot of you are interested in bags, so I cover them on the channel. I don't know why is that so hard for people to understand. It drives me completely nuts when I constantly like see these comments like on my channel. I see them on other channels as well. And again, it's connected to that first story that I said, that an unboxing is not an unboxing if the person isn't unboxing a bag. I mean, that is so shallow and ridiculous, okay? So Yeah, so those are basically the ones that I want. I don't want to get distracted beyond those bags. I will still throw in a bag in there because I will take what they offer me. But those are basically the bags that I'm interested in right now. I would like to throw in a wild card bag that I like, but I just can't bring myself to buy it at the moment because it's not going to replace the Gucci and Balenciaga Aria bag, which is this bag right here, also from Balance, called the Veil bag. I love this bag. I think it's really cute. I know people are like, it's a copy of the Alma. Guess what? Okay, I don't care. I love the bag. I think it's very cute. It's got that beautiful logo, which I like as well. I think, you know what, one of the problems of luxury YouTube and luxury Instagram is that you can get really distracted if you're not careful. And by distracted, what I mean is you might feel like, oh my gosh, maybe I should unbox handbags every single month, every single week, because you're constantly seeing bags on your feed, you're constantly seeing them on social media and stuff. I don't want to fall, I don't want to fall kind of like, I don't want to fall for that. So those are the bags I'm interested in. You'll see some are leather, some are exotic. Beyond those bags, okay, I'm only interested in exotic. So if I can score all of those bags between now and early 2022, I'll be happy. Of course, I did mention some exotic stacks. I mentioned ostrich, for example, in a Louis Vuitton croc piece. Beyond that, I don't want to fall into the trap of constantly feeling pressured to buy new releases, because I feel like that happens if you're not careful. You kind of feel like, let me buy this, let me buy that. You know, let me buy this, let me buy that. And then you end up with so many bags. I don't want to have that. I'm going to say this right now. You've heard this on record. In any given year, I don't want to have more than 15 bags in my collection. You heard it today. I've said it, okay? And that's how I feel about it. Once I get those bags, I just want to buy exotic bags. My dream would be to have like an exotic Hermes special order. That would be, okay, a dream. I would love that, you know, by God's grace, that will happen one day. Maybe one day it will happen. We never know. It could happen. Let's be positive. But that is basically what I'm interested in for right now. So if it's not those ones, I'm not interested. I don't want to get distracted. I know there are going to be so many new releases for Christmas. It's going to be really, really hard not being distracted, okay? Because I don't even know how I'm going to like keep myself, but that is the list for right now. Beyond that, when it comes to exotics, it's really just about Louis Vuitton, obviously, Fendi, Gucci, and of course Hermes. There's also this other designer, I think I'm going to butcher his name accidentally now. I think he's called Jason Stavely. I think he's an American designer. He makes some beautiful exotics. I think lots of celebrities wear his bags. I'm also interested in one of his pieces. So yeah, so I think I've made my point clear. I don't want to have a wardrobe full of handbags. It's no disrespect if you have a wardrobe full of bags. It's just not something that I want for myself because it just doesn't go with my lifestyle. My lifestyle is so centered around obviously going to work, going to the office, being with Edwin, visiting my mom, being with my family, being with friends. I don't need to have 500 million handbags. I feel like at most maybe an evening bag. So when we go to the casino, I have like a nice evening bag to take with me. Ooh, what's this here? Okay, just getting rid of that. So yeah, I don't want this to, I don't want my channel at any time to turn into this like unboxing channel, unboxing 10 handbags a month. You're not gonna see that on this channel. Even if I end up unboxing every month, it won't be handbags every month. But I've told you the bags I want to buy. So if you see these bags pop up on my channel, don't freak out because you know they're part of my very realistic list. But I just don't want to be drowning in bags. It's just not something that I want. And I hope that if you're watching this and you only want to watch a creator with that buys bags all the time, I'm probably not the right person for you. And that makes me feel sad because I'd love to have you here, but I have to be authentic to me. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope I haven't sounded like a rambling mess. I just wanted to get that out there. I got an interesting question from a friend of mine who asked me, this is such an interesting question. She asked me, like, when I have children, will they be allowed to have luxury items? Because I talk about luxury items all the time on my channel. Great question. Don't have kids yet. Hopefully I'll have them soon, okay? So I was like, that's a good question, okay? Because deep down, I kind of feel like I'm the kind of person where I'd be like, no, guess what, okay? Luxury items are for grown ups, okay? Pay a bill and then you get to have a luxury item. No, I'm kidding. No, but I'm not kidding actually at all. So I feel like when I have kids, um, my kids are not going to be able to wear luxury items until they're like 16. Because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like luxury is for people who are a little bit older. Maybe they'll have like a part-time job and then they can like put some money towards a luxury purchase. I'm actually like happy that my mom never like bought me like really expensive bags or anything like that. I'm like glad that she was like, look, if you want to go buy yourself something, you're gonna go do that with your own money, okay? But that said, I'm going to try and instill my children with like a luxury sense. I feel like my sons will be wearing like Zania, okay, Brioni, okay, Gucci suits. I feel like that's the swag I want. If I have male children, I want them to be like that. And I feel like if I have female children, I want them to be decked out likewise, okay, in Gucci, okay. I want them to be wearing Louis Vuitton game on dresses, and then we can be matching and stuff. But no, I'm kidding. I do think that it's a very fair like question because I do think like the way luxury brands have kind of taken over kids wear is actually kind of scary and creepy in its own way if you think about it, because some of it is a bit over the top, you know. And I'll be very curious to know what you guys think of luxury children's wear. Whether you have children or not, to me, I think doesn't even matter because I don't feel like you need to have kids to have an opinion on this. Because we're not saying if you buy luxury clothes for kids you're a bad parent. Obviously not. By the way, do Hermes have like kids stuff? Because I think they do. Imagine buying like a baby and Hermes like baby clothes. Excuse me. Okay, the kid's gonna grow up like that and not fit into anything. But yeah, I'd love to know what you guys think about that because it did get me thinking. Okay, you guys, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You know what it is. You know what time it is. Let's talk about Christmas shopping. Already in September. Am I a weirdo for already knowing like what I'm going to be buying for Christmas? Like, I already know well, pretty much like I know what I'm buying for Edwin and my mum. I know what I'm getting them. And this year I've decided like I'm pretty much getting everyone in my immediate family gifts. So let's talk about it. When is it too early to start planning Christmas? I feel like at the end of this month, I'm going to start looking for decorations on time. I want to like get things thugged out, iced out. I want my Christmas this year to be so much fun. I feel like you need to be so good with planning, you know? And I feel like if you're not, then I don't know. I feel like when it's so last minute, it's just not as fun. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So I'd love to know like what you guys think. Do you think it's just too early? I think there are a lot of people that feel like it's too early to talk about Christmas at this time. I never think it's too early to talk about Christmas, and I'm so excited. I think Diwali, I hope I'm saying, because now I'm going to have to check on the internet now. I think Diwali is also coming up. So for all of you who are going to be celebrating that, I hope you have a great time. Of course, you've got Christmas, of course, Hanukkah, and then Chinese New Year, you know, in the early part of next year as well. There's so many exciting holidays that are coming up as well. So yeah, I just would love to know what you guys think, basically, when it pertains to Christmas and holidays. Do you think that it's just too much too soon? And will you be buying luxury presents for other people? And what luxury Christmas or holiday gifts will you be buying for yourself, if any? I would love to know. And yeah, just tell me what you're going to be buying. I can't tell you what I'm going to be buying. Not yet. I already know what I'm getting for Christmas for myself, honey, okay? I know what I'm getting. I'm so excited. I can't wait. So now I'm just finishing off. Yeah, so I am okay with this Get Ready With Me. This isn't like my favorite. I feel like my other one was better, but I'm kind of glad that I cheated a little bit and did my hair. I feel like that was a good idea to cheat a little, a little bit. No, not too much, but a bit. A little, not too much. Yeah, so I'd love to know what you guys think of this format of video. Do you like this format? Yes or no? And do you want to see more of these like chatty videos? It's nice if you guys ask me questions, so sometimes I can do these videos with questions. I prefer it in that format because I feel like it's more interactive in that format. So yeah, this was my chatty get ready with me video. Before I go, I want to say one more thing. Let's talk about the Louis Vuitton Christmas animations, okay? Because they are super, super cute. Okay, I know like viewers hate it when us YouTubers and bloggers are like, guys, this is so hard to get. I remember getting this comment from one of you like, why do influencers always say something is like proper hard to get? And I'm like, no, but it's hard to get. And you guys were like, no, it's not hard to get, blah, blah, blah. Stop saying that. But no, seriously, the Louis Vuitton Christmas animations are going to be very, very, very hard to get. So I'd love to know what you guys think about them. Will you be buying them? Will you be purchasing them? Do you care? Do you not care? I think they're so cute, so darling. They're in stores at the end of this month, allegedly. Just putting it out there. I'm super curious to know if you guys think like we're just doing too much too soon when it pertains to the holidays. I'd love to know what you guys think. If you like this video, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. You like this video for the algorithm, okay? And make sure that you drop a comment and tell me what you think of any of the talking points I did. And what do you think of the format of these chatty get ready with me's? I actually am really into skincare. I spend way more time on skincare at the moment. I just don't talk about it because it's not really the scope of this channel. But if you are interested in that stuff, you let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.